What is up, people? Right, so chassis. Now, jumped on a little bit ahead, but as you could see last time, the main hoop and the legs were bent. So what I've done is, hang on, let me do my doofer. There we go. So the front legs are on, tacked main hoops in. So the main hoop's square, running flush, couple of nice tacks. Front legs nicely notched as always. This is nice and square, everything's down. This, we've got a nice little notch on the dash bar. Now I've moved the dash bar up, only by 10 mil. I think it's about ½ inch there. Took that out to move it up, and I may even move it up more yet. I'm not quite sure, because he wants to run an overslung pedal box where you have to create enough gap at the bottom because you've got to be able to get your foot onto the pedal. And I can't have the pedal box too high above this bar because you need to brace it. So I'm trying to work out how I can work it out, because he wanted to use a mini pedal box, but don't get, these are 3 inches shorter because you've lopped the inner sills off. So, you know, I need to work that out. So that's where we are at the minute. Just main hoop, front bars, dash bar in, floors ready. I did have the subframe on the front just to get it squared up, get some measurements. I needed the measurement from the centre of the turret, centre of that, basically, off the dash bar. And mine is 35.5 centimetres, or yeah, 355 millimetres from the centre of that to there. And I've marked out where the bottom arms just sit on my table. For the reason is the subframe's turned up. This one. Now this is it's a Knights Motorsport subframe. It's a tubular frame that holds an R1 engine. So this is slightly different to that. Well, it's quite a lot freaking different, as you can bloody see. But it doesn't have the mount holes, so I can't use these. The bottom of this is square, so it sits flush on the floor, and those are angled back. Where a mini subframe, the whole subframe is angled back, if you know what I mean, like the tower section. And it doesn't sit flush. So this is slightly different. That also is slightly taller. The top arm and bottom arm mounting points, which are there and there, are slightly higher. So it's going to take a little bit of jiggery pokery. So what I've done is I wanted that dimension, because I've got to put that on there and then find its location. You know what I mean? Then we can work out how we're going to actually mount it. Let me chuck it on. Right, so that is sitting nearly flat on the table. It's just catching on these both sides. And we are over the top of the back. We're pushed all the way back. And what does we need it to be? Sorry about this. 355 to the centre. And we are like 375. So it needs to go back 20 mil. And the bugger we're going to run into is it's right by that box section. There's probably 10 mil there. I mean, we could run it a little bit further forward. It would extend the chassis by 10 mil, which isn't a fat lot. Not with the front ends we run, the Maguires. You've got a load of space at the front anyway. I'm going to have a chat. He's coming down tomorrow because he's going to come down. He's going to cut these off while I'm doing something else. Chop these off, these legs. We don't need them now. We are very unsure whether we're going to keep this on now, but it's not going to interfere with the hole for the suspension, which is that middle one there. But it's extra weight. But we're going to get rid of this. This is going. This X is going. That one's going. That one in there is going. We don't want them. Anything we don't want extra weight-wise is coming off this. All of these are going to get ground flush off. We don't need these. So I need to come up with a way of how I'm going to attach this to the car, whether I'm going to use a tower bolt or whether I'm going to chop this off and bring a tube probably around and down to it. Or I did even question cutting this tube out completely and renewing that tube as one to the cage. But I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still thinking. Thinking. This is the thing when you use this stuff you're not used to. You've got to make changes. Right, let me get some thoughts off and I'll probably see you tomorrow. It is 10 o'clock at night now and I'm running out of ideas what to do. Alright, see you tomorrow. Right, so we've cleaned the back off. Those legs are gone now, so we're hard up against this box. We nearly fit. There is just that little notch there, but I'm holding fire because we are like, I don't know what you're going to see. I don't know what you're going to see in there, but just in there, there's a gap. You know what I mean? It circles up. So this back isn't quite all the way down. And we're only like 10 mil off. So we want 35.5 and we are 36.5. But when that goes down 10 mil, this is going to come back. Do you know what I mean? So I need to work out what I'm going to do there. Do I just want to notch it into this a little bit so it sinks down, and then once that's down, take a measurement and then work out how we're going to attach that to that, which, to be honest, it ain't going to be that rocket science, is it? And then work out what we want to do to bridge this gap, whether I want to come straight from here to here and just do away with this top mount completely, because it's being R1 engine, they're really small anyway, so we could literally come straight down to this part of the chassis subframe and then get rid of the whole tower bolt system altogether. Don't know. I suppose if I come to here, then I could mount something off here for the top of the coilovers, couldn't we? Yeah, I don't know what this is for. I have no idea what this little area here is for. No idea what that's for. But yeah, it's in the hole anyway. Well, the chap's on his way down. It's basically, this is the chap who owns Custom Minis. This is his chassis. So if you look at his, I've done most of his cage work and stuff for him. But we're going to have a chat about this, and then I'm literally just going to plod on with sections. And I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links in the description, like when I'm fitting my rear end, I'll put a link in the description to the video of me doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So you can actually watch the video and go, well, no, we did that. Link in description, down below, bish, bash, bosh. So yeah, it's in the hole, and it does look quite good. We are going to have to get it sandblasted, obviously. don't know what this is for. If anyone's got one of these, let me know what all these bolt holes are for. And stuff. Bit of an old O-ring. Right, I'll wait for him to come down and I'll let you know what we've come up with. But I am going to start making the rear end. Because the rear end, door bars, we need to come up with a steering rack mount as well. These are slightly different positionings to the setup I use. And I think he somehow wants it mounted off the chassis, not off the subframe. But we'll talk about that. Right, back in a bit. Right, people, as you can see, the back end's together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the video that goes into a little bit more depth on how this is all band angled together, like how I make these and stuff. So I'll link the video for you in the description. And once you watch this one, you can watch that one. Or there is another one. I might link them both. So anyway, all that's left to do on here is, as I say, this, same as I said in the last one, all this will get welded once it's on its side. So it's, the weld runs down into the root, not down the side. But yeah, they're on. Dialed out the camber. I've set these to 0. Dial out the stock positive camber that minis come with. See, I was just setting these up as you would on a mini subframe or a beam axle. But what I've done with this one is I've actually canted these over. So they are slightly on the downside to get this to run at 0 camber all the way up and down. So it's a little bit more work, a little bit more of a pain in the ass, but that's something I'm going to do going forward. Because whoever has my chassis off me, I'm like, if you think of anything that could improve what we're doing, let me know instantly, you know what I mean? And I'll try and implement it. We've got Minnie up here. As you can tell by her nappy, it's a doggy time of the month, isn't it? It is. So it's Minnie's time of the month, so she's chilling with me. It's a bit smoky in here because I've just put a new flue on. This fire has been out of action for freaking ages because the top broke outside and it rotted the tube. So it's all new now and it's reinforced with stainless steel at the top. Right, so as you can see in the picture, I've done this. I have notched through that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the subframe to the chassis. Yeah? So this is just a bit of old tube. So imagine the tube is going to be fixed in the chassis, in the subframe. And it's going to come down until it touches there. Yeah? This is going to have a notch to match this. And this is at the angle that it matches this, because this will be down to probably about here once it's all notched. These are coming off. Don't know what they are. Then we're going to have a bend and it's going to come straight up to probably this part of the cage. So it's going to be basically one piece of tube through, down, it feel like being watched. So then it will combine all the way around. So yeah, it came out quite accurate. It was a bit of a, how should I do this? This still needs a little bit of trimming back. And then all this is going to get cleaned up. And once I've filed this bit out of here, I'll drop some weld on the internal as well. But yeah, that's what it's going to be. And the way I did it is I haven't done this one yet. So I've got to cut the top off here. Well, just through the outer to get this. That's pushed inside. So to get my point of reference to go through at the right angle, you're going to need, well, I needed a 500mm ruler, or 24 inches, or 600mm ruler, 24 inches, depending on whereabouts you're coming from. And then I did this, I matched the tube, the bottom of the tube, yeah, and then up here, see my scratch mark? Yeah, so that is the top, that is matched with the bottom. Then, because I know this tube is 38mm, come down 19mm, put another scratch parallel with the top one. So we're halfway in the tube. And then you hold that there like that. And then measure from the back of your ruler across 19mm. You see my little dink? So off the inside of this ruler, across 19mm, and on the back. And that is where you get your points going through. Bink, bink. Then I made this, just a shaft. So once we've drilled that and drilled that, this side, we'll get it so that fits through. And then we just bore through. Job's a good one. So I'm going to do that now and you'll see what I mean. The heat in that one. Yep. That is an old hole saw, by the way. Whew. There we go. And we'll just chop this out of here. It's a bit warm. Sorry. There we go, simple as pie. This fits in the same place as the other side. Once it's been notched, it'll be obviously a little bit better, but we've got to wait until I notch it up. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful job. So I'll do the same on this side. I'll give that a bit of a clean out in there, and then probably put a bit of weld on the inside of the tube. Clean that back. I can always modify these notches now if I need to. If I think this needs to come in a slightly different angle. Do you know what I mean? I can just move it around. I might decide I want to reach straight down to there, see? Well, then I can just lip out some of this notch here and let it come down right above the suspension mount instead. So it'll be like, pretty much where that notch is there. So I could have it running straight down on top of the suspension mount. Don't know yet. I won't know until I get a little bit more material going around. Alright, anyway. That'll do for this one, I think. And thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later, people.